Because I'm at Toodles. Hey, Toodles. We're reading The Greatest You. I am going to read that. I did record it on my old phone, but I just have to redo it. I did it yesterday on my old phone. But anyway, I got a PR package today. I opened it up. A small one sent me a sample of the Too Faced Sweet Peach. It's a little lip gloss. I am so excited about this because the only things I think I have from Too Faced is the Too Faced Passport to Bronze. I had a Too Faced Melted Lip and it went bad. I had two of them and they went bad. I have the Too Faced Hangover RX, but this is another lippy I have from them. It is so cute. Look how little it is. So adorable. And I do have it on my lips now. And I like it because it's not too dark. And it's not too light. And I do like it. And it does smell like peaches, but not a peach you would eat. It doesn't smell like the peach palette, but it does smell like peaches. So I will be putting that away. Let's get into The Greatest You and start reading it. We're on chapter 3. Even if you have some bad chapters, your stories can still end up well. Well, I just want to say on here, my family, oh my God, this side got blended in, but not this side. You see where it's contoured and blended in? Anyway, my husband and I and my brother-in-laws and sister-in-laws and family are going through a rough time right now. Prayers are needed for my family. My mother-in-law is not doing so well. And we don't know how much longer she has. So I do need prayers. I'm sorry, prayers for that, please. She's not wanting to eat much, but she is drinking, but not a lot. So it's going downhill from here. So just prayers, please, and try to lift my spirits up. We all love stories, whether we're reading a book or going to the movies or watching TV. So here's a story for you. A baby is born from the moment that a baby takes her first breath. Everybody loves that the babies give her everything else wants and needs. As the baby gets older, she makes lots of friends. Does great in school, becomes a star athlete, and develops an amazing singing voice. La 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 la. Okay. She picks a career that gets a big promotion right away. Falling in love has a couple of terrific kids who turned out as wonderful as she turned out. She lives a long life where she gets to do everything she ever wanted to do. There's two things about this story, right? First is boring. Who wants to hear a story where everything works out perfectly all the time? Second, it's completely unrealistic. If you saw that story on Netflix, you'd click off in 5 minutes because that person who made that show has no idea how life actually works. I'm still trying to figure out life. I asked my husband, why'd you marry me? I haven't figured that one out yet. What do you love about me? I haven't figured that out yet either. But I love you. And he asked me the same questions. I said, I love you because I love everything about you. But there's some things that I don't like about you. But I'm not looking at the things that I don't like. I'm looking at the things that I do like about you, and that makes me happy. Now think about the story. Hold on a second. Think about the story. Story you love. I'm having problems with tissue that you love. They probably have some big accomplishments in them. They don't sometimes, these accomplishments, some right at the start of the story. There's a hero and gets in serious trouble, and it's going to take a miracle to get him out of it. Or maybe things are going along fine, and then he gets slammed with something that turns his whole life upside down, and he spends the rest of the story dealing with that. That way more interesting story, isn't it? It's also way more realistic because everybody's story has some bad chapter in it. But a few bad chapters don't mean that the story is guaranteed to be a tangler, even with a few or a lot of bad chapters. Your story can still turn out great. One of the biggest reasons people don't make positive changes in their life is that they change to the past. Chained to the past. They feel that what they're already been through means that they have to go through the same kind of negative things over and over. If you had a bad relationship before, many, you're drained of having a bad relationship. If you failed a job, you're going to fail at your job. If you're gotten caught up in addiction or dangerous habits, you're going to stay addicted forever. Bad habits, something like if you're into drugs or alcohol or you're a sex addict or you can't wait, you're a student, you're going to school, can't wait to get home to get on that phone or on your laptop and watch porn, that's bad. A big prestige of people I talk to are completely converse. They are definitely by their past. Defined by their past. That they can do anything about it. Maybe you're one of the people. I get it. Why would you take a step forward? Change is everything step you took in the past has been filled with pain. It was hard for me to believe in the beginnings when pain, failure, and setbacks were all that I never knew. When I was married to my first husband, we made it a pact that if we ever split up, we would never get married again or never be with nobody else. Well, that was a lie. I met my husband now and I love him. Every guy I dated after my ex-husband left me, they all wanted one thing, and that was what was between my legs. When I told them no, they weren't getting it, they dumped me. Because they just wanted a piece, and I'm going to say it, excuse my language, piece of ass. Well, I didn't give it to them. I'm not that stupid. When I met my husband now, and the first time we did do husband and wife things, I thought that's all he wanted, and that was it. He got what he wanted, and he wasn't never going to call, right? I was wrong. He came out of the house and picked me and my oldest son up because my other son was living with his grandfather. Come on, we're going to go to Chunky Cheese and let the kids play around at Chunky Cheese, and we sit and talk and have fun together. He loved it. We took pictures together, me and my son, me and my stepdaughter, my husband, my son, and I. We all took pictures in a little Chunky Cheese booth. I thought it was perfect. thinking about the past like that of somebody you love is perfect. I had bad marriage, my first one, and this one was good. It started out a good marriage, and I never thought I would ever find anybody like him ever again. Who absolutely, he said he loved me, but then he said 5 years ago, marriage was over and he wanted to leave. He wasn't happy anymore. When I asked him why he didn't leave then, he said because of the boys. And that's no excuse. But anyway, getting back to the story. Or maybe you think that you might be able to make something more out of your life. But the world isn't going to let you do that because your peers aren't going to let you either. And that makes you crazy because these are the same people who tell you you've got to get your stuff together and make something big improvement. But as soon as you start to work on it, they start telling you about the infections of your plants and how you are not fixing yourself the right way. You got to get those people out of your head. We're going to talk a lot more about the next chapter. But for now, let me just say that I know how hard it is to hear that kind of stuff. Most of our lives in fear of being judged by others. In fact, a number of fears in the world is thought to the public speaking. And the reason that people are afraid of standing in front of other people and being judged by them. And when people judge you, it never seems that they're judging you positive way. No, they're seeking out imperfections and flaws and either bringing you down in an effort to fix you. You go to work in dirty clothes and you got stains on your clothes, people are going to make fun of you. I remember my stepdaughter's teachers would call and ask, do you have a washer and dryer? And I said, yes, ma'am. I use it every day. All the time. Once a week, I wash clothes. Well, how come your daughter, Brianna's coming to school with smelly clothes on? I said, because she washes her own, don't wash her clothes, and she digs in the clothes basket, puts on dirty clothes. They look at me and say, well, why don't you wash them? I said, she told me if I touch them, she's going to break my arms. Basically. So, and things like that. I did find out recently she signed up back in LaPorte High School. So today started school, so she's back today. Doing drugs or being alcoholic, people are going to judge you. Oh, I judged my son. I judged my stepdaughter. They were doing drugs. I don't do drugs. I don't like them. I don't believe it should be in the house. I get pissed off at my husband when he drinks beer. I don't like it. I don't want to be around it. I was around it with my first husband, and I'm not going to get into details, but when an alcoholic doesn't have his alcohol, or a drug addict don't have drugs, what do you think happens? And that's what happened to me. You have a fear of being judged. Keeps a lot of us informed, doing anything significant to make our lives better. Improving your life through the works, and what point of going through all of that work if you're just going to be judged anyway. Back then when I was younger, I had a little thing going on. I know it was wrong and I shouldn't have done it. I made people feel sorry for me and want to do for me, and I didn't want to do. But I am happy. I'm very happy about a lot of things. You can change your clothes. If you don't wear makeup, you can wear makeup. If you wear dark makeup, you can switch to makeup like what I have on. Not too dark, just light. Whether you wear glasses or no glasses. Whether your hair is blonde, brown, whatever. Whatever you do to change, you don't have to change your personality and you don't have to change things like that. But if you got bad habits, like I was saying, drugs, alcohol, if you're in somebody's house and you see something and you snatch it, that's called stealing. You want to do better. You don't want to be in trouble with the law. You want to obey the law. But here's the things they're going to judge you no matter what you do. If you do nothing, they judge you for that. If you make a huge effort to improve your life, they judge you on that too. And they'll judge you if everything in between. This was a big realization for me. When things start to go wrong with me with football, I became really concerned about what people thought of me. I spent a lot of time hiding in my parents' house and a lot of time partying. In both cases, I was running away from the options of others. But eventually I realized that there was no way to run from this. I could keep people from judging me, but people are always going to judge. You can run away, you can hide, you can disguise yourself, no matter what. As me as a kid, I always kept to myself. I stayed in my room. I didn't want a lot of friends. I kept to myself like I do now. I have friends, but my friends and I don't go shopping. Like, I see other girls and their friends out shopping for makeup and clothes and doing things together, going to lunch. I don't always have the money for it. I had the money before. I was doing good. Call up my friend Rebecca, hey, let's go to lunch. I would call my best friend Jenna, hey, let's go to lunch. Let's go do something. One day I called her up and said, you want to go to lunch? You want to go shopping? So we went to this dollar store, and oh my God, I found a whole bunch of cool stuff. And then we went to Arby's afterwards and went to lunch, and I bought her and her roommate lunch. We had a blast that day. Everything that day for me was fantastic. What I had to do instead was give them something great to judge. I decided that I wasn't going to allow my voice to be silent. I wasn't going to lead myself into a deeper depression simply because I was afraid of being judged by the world. And once I decided that, I realized that those bad chapters in my life, those storms I experienced, actually created something powerful in my life. Something I could use to turn things around. When I look back now, I realize that all the things I accomplished about and was ashamed of and wasn't proud of turning me into a man that others became proud of my bad chapters led me directly to my great chapter. That was a major breakthrough for me, and it can be a major breakthrough to you too. The minute you accept that others are going to judge you no matter what you do, and that there is no hiding from it. They'll just judge you in hiding, and if you try to hide, the fear of being judged starts to break down, and the point you can't start looking at your bad chapter. The part of the story where things are not going well for you as a hero, and start authorizing the great chapters that are going to turn the story into a favor. You can hide, but there's a lot of people that is literally going to say, if you listen to the song, anything you can do, I can do better. I can do so much better than you. That's how everybody judges you. And you don't need that. And hopefully you're not doing that to other people as well. So many innocent note. I hope y'all have a wonderful, blessed day. If you like this, thumbs it up. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm on chapter 3 of this book. Okay. So, let me get here. There's 10 chapters in this book. When I'm done with this book reading, I am going to gather up a few odds and ends that I have in a box over here for another giveaway I want to do. And I'm going to do a giveaway at the end of, when I get to the end of this book, I am going to do a small giveaway until then. So until next time, guys, have a wonderful day and bye.